What else can we expect from President Biden's visit to Israel?
I think those goals that has been outlined by Secretary Anthony Blinken, those are really difficult and challenging goals, right? Like the showing of solidarity for Israel, that's one thing, but creating this kind of humanitarian corridor, that of negotiations, not just Israel, but also with the surrounding countries. That's why President Biden is meeting with President al-Sisi of Egypt, as well as King and Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas. And the other thing is that, President Biden is really there kind of show of force, a show of deterrence to send a message to other actors to contain the conflict. Not why he is there. That's why those military assets are.
Yeah, and obviously they will experience some technical challenges, but Patsy, if I may follow up on that, there are so many issues now. There's the hostage situation. There's a humanitarian crisis that is growing in the Gaza region. How is that challenging the U.S. position, while at the same time, lending its support to Israel, promising to be there with Israel all the way?
It's clearly a really difficult thread to weave, right? I mean, on one hand, there is no doubt that the president wants to show Israel what he calls an ironclad commitment to Israel's security. He has never criticized, the Israeli response. He's not advocating restraint, but also at the same time, there are all these negotiations underneath in ensuring that there's some sort of a corridor that's being worked on right now, and there's. So this kind of idea that Israel has its own ability to determine its military operation. So this is certainly something difficult for President Biden. And at the same time, he's also facing all these criticisms from the world, from the global South, and saying that the U.S. really doesn't care about casualties, civilian casualties, as much as Israeli casualties. Now, the White has consistently said that they mourn for every loss of life, and that the amount of casualties that acceptable is zero. Still, this is a very situation politically for President Biden, both domestic in terms of America's role in this conflict as well as in the world.